Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Hi, hello, if you're new here, my name is Ash and I'm just your basic random stranger on the internet who happens to love anime, music, video games, manga, shopping, and did I mention shopping to an unhealthy extent. That's kind of why we're here today doing this entire series. Let me not awkwardly pause and think about what I'm going to say because I'm not going to edit this video, but we're once again doing another installment in my merch declutter or merch tone down series. Long story short, I'm doing this series because, well, one, life in the United States right now it's not good. Like, there's no point in fucking sugarcoating it. Everything's just very up in the air, and, well, you never know what tomorrow's gonna bring or what new fucking rule this god forsaken administration is going to put out. So I am trying to purge and declutter my collection in case I have to move back in with family because times get a little bit too tough and me and my family have to lean on each other for support. And also, I've been merch collecting hardcore since 2019, and my collection has honestly just gotten out of hand. It's gotten to the point where I can't really bring anything else into my collection because I'm out of space. So yeah, I want to hopefully purge and put away items because I'm not going to sell, because the last time I tried to sell, nothing sold. And, well, honestly, I'd much rather just keep everything in a plastic tote so I can kind of look back on the memories of what I was obsessed with at some point in time. Man, it's super hot today. But, yeah, okay, anyways, let's just get started. And so today we're going to go through my pop-up parades, some scale figures, and then some in-between pop-up parade and scale figures. Let's go ahead and... So these are my scale figures. These are some of them. I have the other ones in my room. And I don't really foresee myself getting rid of any of my scale figures. I truly love them. At least the ones that are out. I do have a few that are up in boxes because I don't have the space and I wouldn't know where to put them because they're kind of bigger, or, well, I have one that broke, so I don't want to put it out because I accidentally broke it. But this top shelf is fine. Like, I love all of these girls, and they definitely aren't going anywhere. They're beautiful. The only two that would be up on the chopping block if I did decide to switch around my scale figures would be these two bunny boys. I really don't know where they're from, but I'm pretty sure they're from a Yaoi. I just got them because they weren't really that expensive, and, well, they're bunny boys. And they were super cute. And then next on this shelf, oh my god, I really need to pick up around here. Next on this shelf, these are in between scale figures and prize figures. But I don't foresee myself getting rid of any of these just because I really like them. I think the only ones that would be up on the chopping block would probably be this Tomura, just because I have a lot of Tomuras in my collection. And this Chifuyu, I honestly only got Chifuyu because he was like $15 US, and he went really well with Baji. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Okay, let me kick that out of the way. Ugh. And then finally, we have my pop-up parade shelf. This one is super cluttered, and I do need to figure out what I'm going to do with some of these, because I have more pop-up parades that I need to filter in, and, well, I'm out of room. So, I do think Himiko Toga from My Hero Academia is up to be put up. Unfortunately, so is Tomura. Like I mentioned earlier, I just have a lot of Tomura in my collection, and he's really not one of my favorites. All of these, what's his name? Shinkai. No. Makoto? Shinkai Makoto? Is that his name? Anyways, yeah, those aren't going anywhere. I do love these figures. Bachara's not going anywhere. I like his figure. It's kind of dynamic, even though I don't really like Blue Lock. And then Hibari's not going anywhere. Neither is Suna, just because Reborn doesn't get a lot of love out here in the West. So I gotta keep my love up for him. This Hatsune Miku is probably gonna go up. Just because I have a lot of Mikus, unfortunately, and while she's super cute, she's not one of my favorites. And the same thing for this Aya Maruyama. She's super cute. I love her outfit, but honestly, like, her face is just bland, and it's hard to see on camera, but mine has, like, a blemish underneath her eye. And I don't really like that. And then my 2 Silent Hill pop-up parades aren't going anywhere. So, okay. That's all of them. Let me get back up and reposition you guys. Alrighty, you guys. So we're propped back up. Actually, yeah, this is fine. So I did lie. There's actually one scale figure from that shelf I'm getting rid of, and I already moved her over. But it's this Tony Fairy one. She's beautiful, and out of all the Tony Fairies, she's definitely my favorite. Damn, I feel out of breath. That's not good. But yeah, she's definitely my favorite, and she's beautiful. I just don't have the room for her, so I'm just gonna put her up because I want to put other figures out on these shelves. And then, ooh, don't fall. Sorry. And then we're also going to go through some of my prize figures that I've just kind of collected. I've pulled them off a bookshelf from over there, just because I don't want to constantly tote y'all around my apartment complex. But the first one up on the chopping block is this girl from Bang Dream School Days. I guess that's a figure line. I don't know who she is. I honestly only got her because she's a pink-haired idol, and I have a thing for pink-haired idols. She's cute, and honestly, this isn't a bad prize figure. I just don't have a need to have her out with me trying to, like, consolidate my collection. And then from the same figure line, we have Aya Maruyama, and I will be getting rid of this one. She's super cute, and I love Aya. She is, like, for whatever reason, like, the pink-haired idol girl I, like, clung to, but I only need one Aya out because I don't really know her character. I just think her design's cute. So because of that, I only want to keep one Aya out on display, so that one's gonna go up. And now this Aya, she is gonna be the one that's staying out. I love her idol outfit. I love that dynamic pose. Like, she is super cute, and to be a price figure, she's, like, very well made. And I think I only spent, like, $15 on this, so, well, $15 pre-tariff season, like, whatever the fuck's happening in 2025. But she's gonna stay out, because I really love her. I like looking at that one. And here's one that, like, I'm honestly on the fence about. I think it's super cute. This is also from Bang Dream. I love, like, the punk aesthetic. I love the fact that it has a guitar, or she has a guitar. This is Ran Mikitake. Overall, it's cute, and I do love it. I just don't know if I need it out. I mean, her, like, style is, like, one I heavily fuck with. Like, this is low-key what I used to dress like before I got boring and moved back to conservative Georgia. So, but I just don't, if I have room once I'm done with this series and I have, like, a free shelf with my bookcases, I'll definitely put her out. She's gonna go on the maybe shelf where I have the other figures from my first figure collection video. And if I do have the space, I'm definitely going to keep her out. If I don't have the space, unfortunately, she will be put up. And then here's another one that I'm on the shelf about. And I will keep Ran out before this figure. And this is this, like, super cute Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. And this is Mai Sakajima. I love this figure. It's So cute. I love the fact that it's like Santa themed, it's a holiday theme. I love the fact that she's a bunny girl and she has a cute little bunny clip. I love her hair going from like black down to clear. I love her high heels. I love the fact that the base is holiday themed. And I really did like Bunny Senpai whenever I watched it, but I just don't care about Bunny Senpai or this character enough to have it like be a hell yeah, I have to have this out and displayed when I'm looking to cut down my collection in case things go south. And I'm also just want to bring more things in if I can. Put a little asterisk there. If I am financially able to bring more things in, I would love to. And this will be like, unfortunately, one of the figures I will put up if I did have the opportunity to bring more in. And that's all of the things from that shelf. I guess I didn't show you the last shelf on the white shelving unit, but that's just some cam badges, coasters, and shikishi boards. We'll probably end up going through that because I do want to try to like go through everything in my collection, including the smaller stuff. But if I could find somewhere in my apartment to put these items, I would have like a whole new shelf for pop-up parades or scale figures. So I guess it just depends on like how motivated I am. I'm not gonna lie, right now I'm not feeling very motivated. And filming the series, I should probably pre-film more just because I go to my papa's house every other weekend. So I'm not home on the weekends to be able to pre-film, and I honestly am not in the mood whenever I get home from work or from the gym. But now we're going to do an unhaul because I still unfortunately haven't, I guess I shouldn't say unfortunately because I am lucky to be able to be in a place financially to do this, or at least I was before 2025 just went off the fucking rails and we have the worst administration in office. But so I need to go through like all of these items I still haven't unboxed because they're just in boxes because I've been too lazy to unbox them. And then while I'm doing this series, I'll decide if I want to keep it out or if it will be going up, unfortunately. It's just lived in a box and then, god damn it, it's going up. So, oh, don't fall. Or fall anyways. So here's a pop-up parade from Good Smile US. Yeah, by the time I'm filming this video, Good Smile US isn't really a thing anymore because they paused all pre-orders due to the tariff situation happening as of late April because the burnt Cheeto administration is a fucking joke. But I don't want to get into that. So this one is Josuke Higashikata from JoJo's Part 4. Diamond is Unbreakable. I will put him out, even though I have a prize figure of Josuke. He's probably my favorite JoJo and, second favorite. Jodio might be taken over as my number one spot. He's still, I like his first 25 chapters, his character in the first 25 chapters, but I love Josuke, and he was my favorite JoJo for so long that I don't mind having even more representation of him. You can't see it on camera because he's still in the box. I do need to take him out and put him up. His face really isn't that bad. And I love his dynamic pose. Maybe once I actually do unbox him in one of these videos, I'll show him on camera. But he's going to stay around for sure. For sure. And then another pop-up parade. This is why I needed to cleanse my pop-up parade shelf. Just because I was bringing more in and I ran out of space. This one is for sure going up. I'm really excited for this one. This is Rohan Kishibe from Diamond is Unbreakable, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. His face is alright. It's not the best looking Kishibe face, or Rohan's face I've ever seen. But it's one of my favorite outfits of his, and yeah. Rohan's my, like, old-time favorite JoJo the Bizarre Adventure character. I don't know if that's a hot take, but he's for sure my favorite. I've liked him since day one when I first started watching JoJo's. So I'm excited to put him out. He might go on a different shelf though, because I kind of want to build like a Rohan Kishibe shelf. Just because in my final desperation of shopping, I've been buying a lot of missed Rohan Kishibe figures and a lot of like missed Japanese manga. You'll see that eventually because I end up spending a shit ton of money when I should probably be hoarding it. But if life is gonna change, I'd rather be surrounded by things I love and things that I want to continuously be surrounded by than hoard my money. And then, because who knows, money doesn't stick around, and I'm not sticking around that long either. That's a joke. But this is Satoru Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. This is the hidden inventory when he's a teenager. I just really wanted a figure of him when he was a teenager, which sounds weird, but I have every other iteration of Satoru in some form or fashion, so wanted one of these, and I just didn't want to pay a scale figure price. So I'm glad I got this. He'll for sure be going up, and honestly, it's hard to see, but his base really isn't that big. So he's not going to take up a lot of space, and I'm really excited for that. I feel so low energy today. And then, this is the start of me going crazy. I got this in the beginning of April whenever the tariffs were announced. Because like I said, if I'm gonna hit a point where I can no longer really buy any figures or really anything from Japan, I just want to go crazy right now and then deal with the consequences of my actions later. So I brought a super action statue of Rohan Kishibe. This is version 2. This is just a normal coloration. I've never had a super action statue before. I honestly never wanted to buy them because they were too action figure-y. But they seem to be like the best, one of the best like JoJo figures you could get. So I'm looking forward to putting him out and posing him in some kind of way. Let's just, let me just grab this. There you go. Let me not die on camera. We have another super action statue. Once again of Rohan Kishibe. This is the first one to come out, and this is just a normal coloration, and he has Heaven's Door. From what I can tell, the faces on these actually look really nice. So, and I definitely got these over market value because I do think these came out quite a while ago, and inflation has hit everywhere like a damn dump truck. But I think for these two I spent like 80,000 yen, so roughly 70 USD, but I'm excited to have these because when I first started falling in love with collecting, I thought about getting them, but then they were like action figures. I didn't like action figures, but if I want to have a Rohan Kishibe shelf, because I try to like have a shelf dedicated to at least my favorite characters, he deserves one because he is definitely one of my favorites for whatever reason. And then we have this Veldora travel sticker from that time I got reincarnated as a slime. I really haven't watched this anime since the first season. I liked it in the first season. And Veldora was a dragon. He's super hot, by the way. But yeah, I only picked this up because I was trying to... I screwed up whenever I was ordering the Rohan figures. I got them from Ami Ami. And I placed the orders on the last day of March. And they wouldn't let me combine with my April pre-orders. So I tried to throw this on because I threw this on April 1st hoping to finagle the system, but I wasn't able to. So yeah, that's just, if you want to combine your orders with Ami Ami, watch what day you're ordering stuff on. I don't know, I'll put it up. It's just a sticker. I don't really, it was $2 US. And then oh lord, this tiny Hatsune Miku acrylic stand is from her Zenban Zakura song. And I do like the Zenban Zakura song, but I like it from the Wagaki band. But, long story short, I had her figure pre-ordered, and I was thinking about it, and I just didn't want to bring her figure in when I didn't have the space and state of the world, so I canceled her figure, and I saw this acrylic stand. I was like, oh, hell yeah, I can get that outfit and have an acrylic stand where it'll be easier to display. I didn't realize it was so small. That's on me for not reading, like, the specifics, but this thing is tiny. Which means it's going to be easy to display, luckily, but yeah. Moral of the story, I'm glad I got rid of her figure, because, like, state of the world, I'd rather bring other things in that I really love rather than a Hatsune Miku, but it's kind of funny. And then I have this Magic the Gathering Japanese set from the Assassin's Creed version. This is for my brother's birthday. Assassin's Creed's one of his favorite video games. So, and while I couldn't find the American, or let me not lie to y'all, this was cheaper. The Japanese cards were cheaper than the American English cards. Well, at the time that I purchased this. So I went ahead and got these for my brother's birthday, and hopefully he gets something good that he likes, but that's just what those are. Yeah, my shame. I really gotta quit doing that, and as of April, I have decided to stop. Even before the tariffs, I made the decision to stop, because if you saw my last video, I was freaking out about having to purge acrylic stands for certain characters in a certain series. And this specific character I'm about to show you, I just had went crazy with buying, and I don't know why. And that is Zanzus from Kakikyo Hitman Reborn. Reborn's still huge in Japan, and, like, I love it. It was, like, one of my first series I ever got into. It's one of the first series I ever, like, brought my own manga for, and then proceeded to ruin it, because as a teenager I had no sensibilities about what it meant to preserve anything, and then I regret doing that now because they stopped print in the West, and now it's super hard to get the English versions, but Zanzus was my favorite, and Zanzus is, I guess, a husbando, if we want to be honest. But yeah, I just go crazy ordering anything of Zanzus, because at the time, I thought, oh my gosh, I don't have a lot of Reborn merch, I don't have a lot of Zanzus merch, so I need to buy, and then I've got so much that he practically has his own shelf now. And I don't think I'm going to purge it, because I don't know if I can. Because, I guess the good thing about Reborn is it gets a lot of, like, different outfits, so I don't feel as guilty buying these as I would with, like, Tokyo Revengers, or, say, like, Jujutsu Kaisen, because they're all very different. But hopefully they come on, like, stickers or clear files, and I can just cut back because I'm running out of space, but I am happy to have these, and it's just my shame. The Ame Armageddon card from whatever month this pre-order was from. I have no idea which month this pre-order was from. Oh look, another Zanzus acrylic stand. And this one's super cute because he has a cat. So, yeah. You know. I don't know where to put him. These I'm super glad to have because postcards are one of my favorite collector items because they're small, they don't take up a lot of space, and you can... I have so many postcard holders, it's not even funny, but these are kind of bigger. These will just be put in a binder, but these are the Reborn characters with cats. So they're so cute. And I'm really glad to get this because, like, Dino. You don't get a lot of Dino merch, but, like, I'm really glad to get this just because this is such a cute art piece, like, art collection that came out for Reborn. I just didn't want to buy every characters. And they didn't really have clear files, so I'm glad that they did come with postcards. Even if they're a little bit bigger, I'll just stick them in a binder and move on with my life. But they're so cute. I do actually think these postcards were kind of pricey for postcards, but I guess maybe that's just the reality of the world. Everything's just is going up, and it's just not happening in the... Yeah. Trying to stay really positive here, but, like, it's just getting worse. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like the one branch of our government that could really stop this administration's gonna stop it. And then the other branch is just getting bullied, and it's just a fucking mess. But, yeah. It is what it is, I guess. Didn't mean to get off on that tangent. I'm just really bummed out about everything. And it's probably just gonna get worse before it gets better. But I have this cute Hatsune Miku X Rascal clear file. I tried to buy the Vocaloid and Rascal clear file collaborations whenever they happen, because they're really cute. Super cute, and that's better to have these in your collection than to have acrylic stands or figures or anything of the sort. But look how cute it is. They're in space. It's hard to see it. Oh, last two items. I'm really glad I was able to pick these up, because I honestly don't know what, well, I only get into really hardcore into JoJo's whenever my life has just hit a point, and I just have to have, like, a full escape from reality where I will lose my mind, and it's not gonna end up pretty. So I really was kind of in a stable, like, my mentality's gone up and down, like, my mental state's gone up and down a lot, but life-wise, I've been in a very stable place for, like, the past, since 2019, and I know the world hasn't been stable, but, like, at least at the time, my job felt stable, and now it doesn't feel stable anymore. So, before I made my big cross-country move, I got really hardcore into JoJo's, because I was very uncertain about moving cross-country, about being away from my family and my support system. So I got hardcore into JoJo's because I needed that escape from reality. And now that it just seems like everything I've ever known, that a lot of people in my country have ever known, is just falling apart, and fortunately there just doesn't seem like there's a way out. I've gotten back into JoJo's. But yeah, so when these magazines were first announced, I didn't really know about them because I wasn't really keeping up with JoJo releases. I kept up with JoJo Lian a little bit, and then, like, a new Part 9 was getting released, and I was kind of bummed because it was another huge money commitment, because I do have to buy all of the manga in English and Japanese. And turns out, I love Part 9. Part 9 has been probably my favorite start to a JoJo series. It has my favorite JoJo as of now. Jodia is my favorite JoJo as of now. I love the modern setting. I do actually kind of think it's slightly fitting the theme of it. So, I looked on AmiAmi, and they still had the JoJo magazine for winter 2023, which has Jodia from JoJo Lands on the cover. And then I was able to pick up the winter 2024, which has La Squadra de Sassiage. I butchered that. The Assassin Squad from Part 5 on the cover. And I just think these are great collector pieces. I'm trying to find the other two magazines that I don't currently have, just because I want to have them in my JoJo's collection, because I love them. And JoJo's is everything. And honestly, if things are gonna get tough, I want to be surrounded by, like, things I constantly come back to, and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is definitely one of those. But I feel like I've rambled on long enough. This definitely was not an upbeat video. I didn't realize I was feeling as down as I was until I started filming. But, alright, you guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you stuck around to the end, you're a real one. If you want to, you could leave a like, you could comment, you could even subscribe, or you don't have to do any of that, because it's your life, and you just do whatever you want. I'll definitely catch you guys in another one. Have a good one.